I've just been sent a really sad story about a airport chaos in Birmingham, just down the road from me, and specifically about a fellow called Slawomir Adamczyk and his partner and children who were waiting for a Ryanair flight to Malaga, and he'd been putting in lots of extra time at work, lots of overtime in order to pay for this holiday, partly because his daughter was having trouble at school and he thought that it would do her good. And in the event, they missed the flight because they were hanging around for hours and hours for airport security and going up and down ridiculous lifts because the airport is simply not functioning effectively. And he doesn't get his money back. He's missed his flight. He doesn't get compensation for the hotel that he was unable to visit. He had to cancel a car that he'd arranged, and so on. All of this because of Birmingham Airport's failure to get their new security system in order, their £50 million plus security haul. Who cares if you've spent weeks doing overtime simply to afford the flight, to find that A, you get a message saying you've got to spend 3 hours in a queue in advance of getting on your flight, and B, even when you do that, you miss your flight because of the chaos, because of the bottlenecks, because people are forced to queue in the security area. Oh, we're very sorry. Ryanair doesn't seem to give a damn. That doesn't surprise me greatly. So he's lost £2,250 in this process. And it seems the most that Birmingham Airport and Ryanair and the organisers of this trip could do is shrug and say, well, sorry, try again later. It's not good enough. We are plagued by a chaos of tardiness for which nobody takes responsibility. You get it on the trains, you get it in the aeroplanes, you get it when you're waiting for a taxi. As simple as that. You book a taxi, and then the moment it comes, you're expected to leap to attention, even if it's 2 hours late. And nobody is on hand, nobody is available to answer these questions about the chaos that has become part of our national life. And so often we're referred back to individual moments. Oh, this is out of character, or this is unusual. No, it's not. This is usual. This is what life has become like in Britain in the 21st century. This is what life is like. You cannot rely on the public services that are in place to get you from place to place. You cannot rely on the NHS. You cannot rely on the police. You cannot rely on the ambulance. You cannot rely on the airports. You cannot rely on the trains. And if you can't rely on these things, then our system, then our infrastructure is letting us down to the point where it doesn't work. It doesn't matter if one train is on time. The majority are not. It doesn't matter if one plane flies at the right time, filled with people. It doesn't matter. Because the government seems more intent on sending a message about deterrence to migrants and transferring or diverting the blame of the inadequacy of our system to somebody who has come here pleading for help. Yesterday I was in London and I went to the post office inquiry. Thugs in suits was how Alan Bates described the post office. And I must say that seems a very good description of quite a lot of the bureaucratic system that has begun to dominate Britain this decade. Is it entirely a result of the Conservative Party? Maybe not. Is it entirely a result of Brexit? Maybe not. Is it a result of COVID? No. Is it a result of Putin? No. During the Second World War, when the country was at war with Hitler, we managed to keep schedules. This is about an inadequacy in our systems. This is about a casualness about our word. When we give our word, it should be our bond. When we say we're going to do something, that should happen. And one day before we're due to deliver, we say, oh, we need an extra day. And you're still not delivering what you promised in the first place. It's unacceptable, and it's all over the place.